Welcome to Hospitality Property School. You are listening to Hospitality Property School with your host, Jerry McPherson. Welcome to another edition of Hospitality Property School. I am your instructor, Jerry McPherson, and today I am going to look at how to offer great room service. What is room service? Room service, or in-room dining, is a subdivision within the food and beverage department of a hospitality property. This is where guests are able to choose menu items for delivery to their rooms. Some advantages of room service include guests enjoy the meals in the privacy of their own room. They can place orders even when the dining area is closed. Food is delivered to the room, therefore it saves time. And guests can stay casual or even in their night clothes while enjoying a meal. Disadvantages of room service? Room service often receives some of the lowest scores on hotel comment cards for reasons that include slow delivery time, lukewarm food, and expensive prices. If you're going to offer room service as an option at your property, it's important to learn successful techniques that you can employ to make your room service program more satisfying for your guests as well as improve your bottom line. If you want to offer room service, you have to do it with flair, quality, professionalism, and confidence. Now here are a list of successful techniques that have worked with many properties. All telephone calls have to be answered with a clear, unhurried voice within 3 rings. If it takes more than 3 rings, an apology has to be offered. All telephone calls have to be answered with room service, good morning, afternoon, evening, how may I help you? A telephone operator functions the same way as a server in a dining room setting. This person is the crucial link between the guest and the kitchen and is in a perfect situation to sell. Keeping the phone operators in the know on specials and what dishes will not be available will help streamline the ordering process. Phone operators should also taste the menu items in order to be able to make suggestions the guest may not have thought of. The order and room number must be repeated to the guest for clarification. The guest will be advised on the estimated delivery time and thanked for their order. While it's important to improve delivery times for room service orders, you do not want to assure guests to expect their meals to arrive within an unrealistic time frame. Guests are likely to make a complaint about a meal being served late and look unfavorably at your overall service because of it. When the call is complete, the telephone receiver should be placed after the guest has put theirs down. A maximum delivery time for room service should be no more than 30 minutes. The service tray needs to contain all necessary accompaniments and cutlery, and if possible, fresh cut flowers. A good trick for a room service staff is to keep a picture of how a tray should be set up. Having a visual representation of what should be included on each tray makes it quick and easy for servers to check that they have everything before leaving the kitchen. The guest door should be knocked gently. The knock should be twice followed by the verbal prompt room service. When the door is opened, the tray placed at the guest's convenience. Whenever bringing in an order, your servers should present the name of each dish as they remove the lids. This helps make sure that your guests has everything they need and allows for any questions to be answered while the server is still in the room. It's a good practice for beverages to be poured in front of the guests. Train your staff to always bring a bucket filled with ice and a nice scoop when serving sodas and mixed drinks. If your guests order wine, the corked bottle should be brought to the room for opening and serving. The server then can offer to leave the bottle and add the cost to the bill later. This is a great opportunity for an upsell. The guest is presented with the bill and thanked. Train your servers to openly communicate with guests regarding gratuity and pickup protocols. If the gratuity is included in the check, servers need to inform the diners when presenting the check. This helps avoid guest frustration with inadvertent double tipping. Also, have your servers notify guests of their options for tray removal. Present a service card that includes the server's name and tray pickup times, or place a note on the room service menu. The server leaves the room after checking guest satisfaction. The guest should be called 15 minutes later to check to see if they are satisfied and happy with their meal. They could be asked, "Is everything satisfactory with your meal?" Guests appreciate the follow-up after receiving room service. Checking back shortly after delivery allows the guest to inform you of any unmet need or displeasure with the order. It also gives your server or phone operator another chance to sell an additional menu item, beverage, or coffee. All trays should be cleared from the guest room within 45 to 60 minutes after service. For any reason, if the tray cannot be cleared immediately, the guest should be advised to leave the tray outside the room for clearance. Now here are some ways to get your guests to think about room service. A great way I saw to get your guests thinking about room service is to offer them a sample. Set up a station in the lobby with bite-sized menu selections for them to taste as they walk in. Include a sign letting the people know that they can find these dishes on the room service menu. Guests are unlikely to order room service if they don't know about the option. In addition to placing notices in the traditional areas such as near the phone or television in a room, consider where you can promote the service outside guest rooms. Place signs in the elevator or lobby, as well as train your front desk staff to alert arriving visitors that they have the option to order room service. In conclusion, I have had many hospitality property owners and managers tell me that room service is a necessary evil, a revenue loser, and a burden on reviews. This doesn't have to be the case. By putting step-by-step strategies in place and ensuring your staff are well-trained, room service could not only be an extra stream of income, but a source of pride for your property.